Hey guys, what's up? It's Aquatic Bob's. Been a few nights. Been pretty busy. Actually, tonight we just set up the Christmas tree. Holy cow, is that bright? It's just a cool time of year, and that's partly what I wanted to talk about in this video is just how we spend our time. Many of us have these reef tanks, and we start out with so much time that we spend and we pour into it. We pour our heart into it, we pour our money into it, we pour our time into it, we pour our whole life into it. And in fact, we often will even neglect some of the weightier things in our life because of our excitement for it. But as time goes on, we start to maybe spend more time with family and spend more time at work and spend more time hanging out with friends or doing other hobbies, and we start to neglect this, especially when we're still in the beginning stages and we don't have much going on in our tank and we haven't really developed that prolonged endurance in the hobby. And I'm not saying that those things are bad to go to. I'm not saying it's bad at all to spend time with family, friends, and other hobbies that we enjoy and appreciate. But what I am saying is we have to keep this in balance. There has to be some balance in our reef tank life and in our regular life. And I separate them into two categories because of some of you extremists like myself. We can get so extreme with this hobby that we often can forget about the rest of life and the rest of living and even other people's feelings and being sensitive to people and things around us. Our families will witness to that. So we have to remember to keep a healthy balance. And I think that this is a great time of year to exercise some self-control. I think maybe some loved ones might have the idea to buy some coral for us, maybe buy us some gift cards for some of our favorite vendors. That'd be cool and whatnot. But what better time of year? So here's what I'm really saying is, what better time of year to get your loved ones involved in this hobby than right now? I think this is such a cool way to do it, is to buy them a reefing shirt, buy them a coral and name it after them, put it in your tank. Have some cool, unique ways to get your family involved, maybe even your friends involved, people that have sacrificed and given up for you to be able to enjoy your tank the way that you do. Do something back for them that involves your tank to help them get more invested and to appreciate it a little bit more. Now, I understand some people out there have a wife or even a husband who they're just never going to like the tank. But there are ways to make it easier on them. There are ways to make them appreciate you in the meantime, and to feel satisfied without feeling like you've remarried to a saltwater reef aquarium. But be creative. Come up with some cool ideas on your own and make it personal. You know how to touch your loved ones' hearts. You know how to touch your friends' hearts. You know how to get to them. So make it creative and be cool about that. I was thinking, my dad made a comment to me earlier tonight about, he thinks that ever since, for those of you who follow the channel, you know that my dad and I set up a 300-gallon plywood aquarium, and we have stocked it with probably about 100 corals so far. And I would say probably about 80 to 85 of them have come from my tank, and I've just transported them up there. It's only about a 5-minute drive from my house here. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I just ran up from the basement when I started this video, and now I'm just endlessly talking. But and my dad said to me, he's like, man, it just seems like you're so invested in other parts of the hobby, or other hobbies. Recently I got a new camera, and I've been spending a lot of time making videos, taking pictures, editing pictures and videos. I do have a Squarespace, Bob Gooch. It's my name. and I've just started uploading some pictures to it recently, but I have been spending a lot of time with it. But the truth is that my dad doesn't really know and doesn't really understand is that I still spend maybe an hour each day on this tank, whether it's doing a water change, changing carbon, feeding the fish, feeding reef roids to all the corals, messing with the lights, cleaning the wave makers, rearranging the tank, dosing cyanobac. Like, there's a lot going on that I'm doing, but that being said, I still wanted to do something cool for my dad. And one of my ideas that I had was to ask you guys and leave it in the comments below. I want to get you guys a little bit more involved with this. And I know I said be creative earlier, you know what can help get to people. Well, I know that this is something that my dad would really appreciate and think would be so cool, is if you guys gave me some ideas of how to help him feel more invested and more involved in this hobby, and to feel more like I appreciate him. So go ahead, leave some comments, leave some ideas, and I'll maybe pick through the best 3 or the top 3 that I think would be most unique to my dad and I in our reef tanking situation. Maybe even come up with some ideas for my wife too. She's been very invested in this and has given up a lot of her time, even though this isn't even a dream of hers. So help me out with some ideas, and I want to make it personal with you guys being involved. So I want to try to get creative with this. But give me some ideas of how I can help my family feel more appreciated and invested in this hobby. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say. I don't really have a whole lot else to say in this video other than I just so much appreciate you guys. We just passed 1,500 subscribers and we're still going up. And it's just been fun. Every step of this has been fun. I look forward to hearing from you guys. I look forward to sharing my tank with you guys and in our 300-gallon build that we're doing. It's really been going steady and strong. The corals look great up there. I'm going to be releasing a video probably within the next week again on how that system is doing. Hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving, and I look forward to hearing from you. Aquatic Bob's out.